Hey,
Hopefully you can hear me. Please let me know if you can't. OBS is always fickle. We take a hiatus and we come back and it's all this wonderful, hey, is it working or not? So
it's good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Wayward Gamers, to the Emporium. I am Jay, also known as you at Bet3 in the socials, or most of the socials. I am your GM of fun, of creativity, and sometimes doom, or something else. I'm not sure. You fill in the blanks. But welcome to our Legends of the Natural Ones, Pathfinder 2E, Actual Play campaign, Season 5, Episode 10. We are here to have some fun. We're telling a wonderful story with these wonderful players. As you see, one of them is currently not with us. He'll be joining us shortly in a little bit. He's having some fun. And then we'll be coming to have some more fun with us. But anyways, as we dive in, it's just who are you? Who are my wonderful players and talented players here?
Who are you people?
Who are you people that do?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Have you decided to be at the virtual team? It's our stream.
Who are you people and what are you doing in my house?
We're having fun here, people. This is what we do. We are here to tell a story, have some fun doing it with the friends. We are friends. We're just, you know what? We just want to have some fun. And we're coming to you every other Wednesday, the first and third Wednesday of the month. And so stick with us. And if you like, then watch us on the VODs on our YouTube channel. But as I was saying, Ryan, how are you doing as we return to the battle? How's Gwen doing? And who are you playing?
Well, I am playing Gwendolyn, and I'm doing well. And Gwendolyn is probably slightly exhausted, but ready to throw down. Let's go.
Yes, the Barbarian of Rage. That we'll talk about recap, but Gwen had some deep choices to make. He had some very, very hard choices to make in the last episode. But they're fun for the GM to watch.
That's why we do this, Jay. For your amusement. Dance, my puppets, dance.
And then you throw curveballs at me, and that's where I have my other fun. So thank you so much. Yes. How are you doing, sir? And who are you playing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Hey, gang, I'm Jeff, and I am playing our high elf, newly gone through his adult rite of passage birthday, Aviro Starborn. He is planning on getting that tattoo from Gwyn.
Cool.
And I have ideas. I'm going to talk to Jay about. But at the moment, he feels terrible because he accidentally got the captain of the guard killed because he walled her outside last time, and so he really isn't
Another blow
well.
to feminism.
He isn't doing well because he didn't sleep well last night. If you recall, last night was Ren's wake.
Yeah.
That was last night. So
Technically,
and
yeah.
so he's on 1 hour of sleep and is
True,
not
that's fair.
doing well. And if as a player, Jeff would like to ask one of his teammates to come give him Aviro a pep talk so that he can get into
I
this
can do
fight, because
it.
I don't know that he would otherwise,
Brynn is so good at encouraging and gentle feelings.
especially towards Aviro. Poke, poke, poke.
Get up, get up.
Hey,
Anyway, I'm excited for this game.
Well, excellent. Thank you, Jeff, for being. Harry, how are you doing, and who are you playing?
I am doing great. I am Carrie. I am playing Brynn. I am very excited for the tragedy that will befall us here. I am very pumped we all got inside the wall. I actually thought we did quite well last time with all the
Oh, yeah.
if I could just direct your attention over to the fucking map. All of those dots in the city are zombies, and we actually got a fair amount of, I think, useful people inside the walls. Of course, Glastoc just went for the hot one, and we lost the strong female character known as the City Watch Unnamed. But hey, we're here. We did it. Let's freaking watch this tale unravel. I am ready.
Yes, and that segue goes right it goes right into the segue of the recap. As last episode, the assault on Ravenmoor is what it's called. It is designed for making tough choices, and there is some really tough playable role playing and things in this game that in this part that I put together and wrote, and
The
by the way-
glee on your face last time when I said out loud, I said, "Oh, we're not going to be able to save everyone, are we?" And you had that exact fucking face on your face. And I was like, "Oh, man."
I will say, this is a playable one shot that I wrote several years ago, and I have played it and play tested it several times, and I've enjoyed it. It's a very part of the storyline with this process that I've incorporated, and I've run it several times for various people in 5e as well as in Pathfinder. I have to say, and generally it's for lower level characters as well. So you're the highest level characters who have ever gone through this.
Well, that's why we
But-
have a billion
Ooh.
zombies.
Yeah. But your group is the first group to get more than 20 people in through the walls.
Hell yeah. This is a lock. This is
Oh.
just a victory lap at this
Oh.
point.
Your group saving that many people is beyond like great. It is awesome.
I would say it's not just because we're high level either. We did have a strategy.
yeah.
Yes.
oh, yeah.
The walls.
The
Yes.
walls that's what saved it and caused certain issues for one particular wizard.
Aviro,
Yep.
you good buddy?
Hey, don't
Now-
there. Don't be cry.
And even though I didn't state it at the beginning of last game, that choices you make cannot go back on. Aviro made Jeff as a player made Aviro make a decision and cast that wall because Jeff the player did make the mistake that one of the tokens he didn't realize. So
I had my tokens mixed up.
Yeah,
I
there's
had my-
tokens.
Fog
mixed
of
up,
War.
which does happen when such chaos happens. And that's why I said you couldn't redo what you did, because that's the element of this chaos that was happening, which I explained at the beginning of the story arc.
And this kid's got to grow up someday.
Yeah.
Glastoc's been saying it for 5 seasons.
I mean, this is the perfect story arc for Aviro when it comes to
Right.
this, and it's gonna come.
I want to see evil Aviro. I want to see Aviro like look up with like the Kubrick
Aviro?
stare and be like, I think
Evil
I'm done being a pacifist now.
Oh, that's gonna be some entertainment.
Maybe I'll write a fanfic where Aviro goes with super heavy goth.
Darth Aviro.
Darth
Darth
Aviro,
Aviro.
who hangs out with
I'm
too much eyeliner pepper.
pretty sure It's your character. You can just make it happen.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to
but
be
he-
fan
But he tells me
No.
what goes on. He tells me what goes on.
So what happened was the group was a wizard teleported them to Ravenmoor because they needed to investigate something went wrong in this town, and the wizard has a castle or a tower here because he was a former adventurer. So he sent them to investigate, and the town is overrun by zombies. Not a few zombies, but several hundred zombies. Where all these freaking zombies came from? That's a mystery that the group will have to indulge too, because where did they all come from? Including a hill giant king that is now banging on a wall to try to get everyone to come in. And there's around this wizard's tower is a 10 to 12 foot tall stone wall because he's got battlements and everything else because he wanted, and the zombies can't get in because it's gated, it's walled, it's like a prison. It could have been inspired by a certain television show, zombie television show, and prison episodes. But
A show like one of those where the dead walk.
yes,
Oh,
very,
I'll be
very much
damned.
so. And but now
The last of them.
and
Yeah.
we're getting to the point where they're swarming around, they can't get in, except for that big hill giant that has got a big meaty club, leg of a monster that he's using as a club, that he's gonna be trying to break into break through this castle battlement stone wall. And that's where we pick up as everyone got through, the doors got shut, all the zombies started to get there, and then the spells of the walls that kind of kept them back, including that hill giant, stopped. And before you hear the first boom of the club on the door, we're going to pick up as it's that minute going as everyone gets in. Everyone's kind of crowding around, sweating, just running. All this group is run for their life. You shut the doors. Glastoc has just flown and landed with the two other people. Gwyn has just flown and landed as well. What is each of your initials reactions and things that you do in that quick moment? Yes.
I think
Well, Aviro has also just landed because, as I recall, Brynn drug his sorry ass through the gate and
I did.
hucked him.
Yes.
So I think
I
he has
did.
also just landed.
Yep. Yeet.
So I think he is currently sprawled on the ground.
Yep.
White.
Okay.
I think right after that happens and the doors are closed, I think there's like chaos and cacophony and just noise and people yelling and crying and trying to make sense of things. And I think Brynn like whistles like with her like loudly to try to get everybody's attention, and she jumps up on something, an apple crate or a crate of some sort or something, and gets up high. It's like, everyone, we need to work together if we're going to make it out of this. If we have any hope, the first thing we need to do is take out that giant before he takes us out. I say we grab some weaponry. If there is any in here, I'm sure there is somewhere. We get up on the walls. We kill the shit out of that giant. And then from there, we can make a plan. I don't think any of those smaller ones can get in here over the wall. And then I think I kind of scan the crowd for people who might be able to use a bow. And any maybe possible, and I would call out, are there any magic uses?
Aviro weakly raises his hand.
Aviro, not
Oh,
you.
God.
I'm going to have you rest and recoup and help me strategize in just a minute. And this is maybe not necessarily the truth, but she wants to give Aviro a second. It's like, anybody with any just hardcore offensive spells, fireball, kill deadly beast. I don't know how magic works. Anybody? And I wait for more hands.
There is none.
Fuck! fuck. Brynn doesn't say that. That's just Karen. Inside, Brynn is saying that and said, anybody knows how to use a bow? Anybody, or a crossbow?
And then you hear from the battlement, one of the wall guards, it's coming! And it's gonna be here in a moment! It's coming! That large giant is coming!
I'm
Gwyn
going
is-
up on the wall. If anybody knows how to use a ranged weapon, come with me.
Gwyn still has her wings for the next 9 minutes.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So she is going to
Drop
have been
rocks
just
on him.
leaning on her sword, point down in the dirt, just taking a second to catch her breath, and shakes it off, and is just going to use a combination of what is this? Quick jump and powerful leap to just go right over the wall.
And you're flying? So you're not
Yes.
so you're gonna be up in the air above the zombies. So to
Yes.
speak.
We're doing a midair battle.
All right.
That is so fucking cool.
You're gonna
Valkyrie.
literally you're gonna fly kind of right around it.
Mm-hmm. Try
And
to maybe pull its attention away from the wall a bit.
okay. You know that the fighter with grandma is like, yeah, he looks around, and he doesn't have a bow on him. And he's looking around for weapons. There isn't any weapons.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? That is, oh my god.
Unless you came with a ranged
I mean-
weapon.
I guess it is a wizard's tower.
Oh god.
So everyone's kind of looking like, there's no ranged weapons. They're kind of looking around like what they have with them. Now, mind you, the two guards on the top do have crossbows that are shooting.
Okay.
They're shooting.
I'll go up and help them. Before I run up there, I go to Aviro and I would just kind of quietly say, stay here. Just try to stay out of the way. I'll be back. I'll be back in just a moment.
And he kind of has sat up, Jay. The
Yep.
building that is down here towards the south end of this wall
Yes.
is there a door?
It is a stable. So there was a large door, like sliding door that goes into it.
Okay, because I think he would kind of like sit and lean against that building. Oh, there. Kind of like leaning up against it and
Mhm.
like weakly pat at Brynn. He might hit her, he might not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Brynn
And-
just goes.
Yeah, he's just all of his attention is just trying to keep breathing.
So at this point, the main like fighter with grandma that you helped, that you healed and saved, that Glastoc saved with that freaking healing spell,
Mm-hmm.
because he was going down,
Mm-hmm.
and Glastoc saved him, and he was able to run back in. With that, he's kind of looking around, and he's not finding stuff, but he's making a makeshift sling. He's kind of putting some things together and looking for some rocks and stuff like that. And he's gonna make them. It's gonna take a round, but he's making a makeshift sling, and he's just gonna be trying to sling some stuff at this monster. Brynn,
Picking up rocks.
Yep, Brynn, you get up there, and you have a bow, correct?
I do.
All right. So we're not going to go back into necessarily round, like we're going to go by rounds, but we're not going to
Like,
go by like
Not initiative, really.
Yeah, we're not going to go
Okay.
by the initiative thing, because at this point, it literally is you are all firing and doing something, and then this thing is doing something. So,
Okay.
So with that, as we're looking at the situation, I need so Gwyn, since Gwyn is the first one, and to go up and start flying up there, what is Gwyn's You're sliding and going to attack it.
Yeah, so we're going to go up higher and then just drop down with the two-handed sword in an overhead to try to hit it right in the skull.
Oh. Okay.
It's a little death from above.
All right. Give me a roll.
Also, my rage would have dropped at this point. I would like to re-up that.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. Ooh, okay, so that's a total of 30.
That is a crit.
Okay, perfect. It is now flat-footed.
Yes, it is.
And it's full dice value plus a roll.
So yes, full dice value plus a roll.
Okay, so that is 30. Yeah, 37 points of spirit damage
Oh
wow. So much spirit.
in the face.
Yeah,
Yes.
you come down on it and slice down on it. Yep. Okay. Brings us to Brynn. What is Brynn going to do?
I want to shoot this fucker in the face with my bow.
All right, let's see it.
Okay, here I go.
Here you go. Here you go.
Here I go. 23 to hit him.
A 23 will hit. And
Yes.
that is going to be
Is he engaged?
is engaged. So yeah, so flat-footed.
Yay!
So I'm gonna say that is a crit.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Oh my
Heck yeah.
god. Okay, let's go.
Actually,
Okay.
I need to check one. I'm mistaken. Double check one thing. It is not a crit.
No.
It is not a crit. Because it's just
Is he still flat-footed?
he's still flat-footed and it still hits, but he is not critted.
Okay. So I add to the box. So it's that. Ooh, hello. That's okay. 10, 14 plus. So that's 24 points of damage. I get him right between his stupid eyes.
Nice.
24 points of damage.
Yes, I really rolled well on my damage rolls, guys.
Good job.
And then so are we counting my run up to the top of the wall as one action?
So what we're gonna say is you already ran up to it, so you have
all three attacks.
You can have all three attacks on it if you'd like.
Yay! I would like that very much. Here I go.
This is your second arrow. Okay.
That's a 23 again.
23 will hit.
Minuses and such.
It will hit, but it's not a crit.
Still, do I get my sneak attack again?
No, it's only
forgot
once.
what we just the once per turn.
Once.
Okay, that's fine. So that's 4 plus an additional. Yeah, that's only 6 points of damage on that one.
All right.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
7, I guess. Sorry, 7.
Okay.
And
Even
then
better.
one more attack. Do better. Here I go. Alrighty. And that's a 22.
That's gonna hit too. Even with the -8 on that thing?
With the because I rolled better each roll, and it's kind of like evened out.
Impressive.
Yes, no, I double checked. Math is my thing. 6 plus an additional 4, so that's 10 points of damage. It's 11 points of damage. Sorry.
Wow.
Yay!
That is impressive.
So Brynn is just fucking Legolas up there, just like like as fast as she fucking can, and
it's
firing.
They're like big chunks of like meat and everything else. Actually, let me take that back.
I don't like it when you take things back.
Yeah, I know it's piercing damage, and it's magical, correct? Because it does have
magical. It is magical. It's deadly.
Deadly.
I had deadly damage on each of those.
Okay, so I'm going to apologize, but what was your second and third damage? What were those? You had 6 or you had 11?
I think it was 6 and then 10 was my second and third damage.
Okay. No, one of them was 11. So that's I remember that.
Oh yeah. Right.
It was 24, 7, and maybe that one was 11.
Okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
What I'm going to say is your arrows didn't do as good as you thought
Damn it.
because
Brynn
it's
is
a zombie.
frustrated.
Now they did damage and
Mhm.
they went through, but because it's a zombie, the zombie is like, it's one of those things.
Sure is. Damn it.
But it was a good thing.
Thanks, yeah.
The fighter's still putting that sling together, and by the end of this round, he's going to have it ready. Gwen,
Nice.
what's your AC?
That'd be 28.
Okay, so the 30 hit you.
It does. For the first time this battle, I have been hit.
As the meat of this club, which is some big scaly monster, hind leg, it just kind of comes around and just smacks you for 24 points of damage.
Ooh.
Just smacks you, coming across and smacking you with that thing. As it looks over, and then it pauses for a second, and then goes as if it's almost as if it received some instructions.
Wow.
Oh, it's got a fucking earpiece in or something.
And then it turns back to the wall and smashes this thing into the wall. His club disintegrates as he did over 20 points of damage. Actually, 15 points of damage because this wall has a hardness of 10. And this thing went through and is just smashed a big hole or divot in this wall.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
And that is its turn. Aviro, actually, let me take it back. Aviro, what are you doing during this time? Are you going to do, are you helping out at all?
So Brynn has run away. She's like,
Uh-huh.
stay here, I'll be back.
Okay.
And I think he kind of almost he lays back and he closes his eyes, and I think he almost instantly passes out until the club hits the wall. And in that, and intervening probably 4 seconds from when he has gone unconscious and when that club hits the wall, his brain is spiraling so fast that a light bulb turns on. He has an idea. And then the thing hits the wall and it snaps him awake, and he goes, and he starts looking around. How, Jay, to get to the top of the wall, would it be one action?
It's going to take you, what's your you have a 40 movement, correct?
40.
It is going to take you at least 2 rounds to get up, 2 actions to get up to
2 actions.
2 actions to be able to get up to the wall.
2 actions. Okay. Well, then I will take 2 actions to get to the top of the wall. And I will take a 3rd action to hide somehow.
Okay.
Is there a crinoline I can hide behind? I mean, I don't.
There's a little bit of a battlement, yeah.
Yeah, can I just hide, get up there and duck behind it and look over and try and see if I can see Gwyn?
Yes, you'll be able to see Gwyn, no problem.
Okay, that is going to be my 3 actions because I don't really have a 1 action. Can't shield. I'll cast shield on myself.
Oh, there you go.
Ta-da! I'll take it. That's a cantrip.
So the guards are not doing as well as you would have liked.
Oh, God.
Their arrows their crossbow bolts are going in and shooting, but they're just not making the impact that it is, because I mean they're decent at crossbows, but this thing is huge.
They're decent at crossbows. I want that on a t-shirt. I'm decent at crossbows.
They got sweet crossbow skills.
Which brings us to the next round. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm just a little upset it didn't try to hit me again. So I'm gonna hit it.
Okay, let's see.
There's nothing more insulting to a tank than your prey.
Where do you think you're going?
Right, yes. Get over here.
It's a 27.
A 27 will hit.
Okay.
But
Uh-oh.
as you strike it, your blade hits a magical defense, as if it was given a shield spell.
Rude.
Oh, that was pretty fucking.
But you hit it, and it went
Okay.
through. But go ahead, full damage. It's not
Okay,
a crit.
so that'll be a total of 26 spirit damage.
26 spirit damage. Ooh, that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Gonna definitely. That's gonna hit because it's spirit damage, and spirit damage is not. These things do not like spirit damage.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
You're the closest thing we have to a cleric.
Help! Help!
Oh,
Okay.
very angry cleric.
Yes. Rage cleric.
Second strike is actually worse.
Ugh.
7 was 20 minus 5, 22 to hit.
So strangely enough, that 22 fuel only works for one action, or does it work for or
I think it's the remainder of the round. Let me
Yeah.
go look.
it if it remains
Till
for
the start of your next turn.
Okay. And I think no, this is a okay. And then so yeah, no, that the strange energy barrier that's surrounding this thing does not get you do not get through it.
I was going to fly up to get out of its swing range, but let's just hit it again.
Okay.
We're switching
Yes.
up dice. It's a new die. It's
Yes.
not
Come
this
on, new die.
crappy one that's now in dice jail.
Man, you're going to the bullpen already?
That's a natural 20.
Oh, what a good
Glenn-
choice.
Glenn Perkins of the Minnesota Twins came out and threw a no-hitter for you.
Wow.
For a total of
I'm
30.
very proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
Nice. All righty. So that's 30 points of damage.
No. That's it's a total of 30 to hit.
Oh, that
it is
that hits.
37 points of damage.
Ooh. Ooh. That's a bitch.
I can do math. You said 37 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay. That thing is you slash through that thing. It is like there's pieces of just being chunked off of that thing.
And it is now flat-footed again.
Yes. Brings us simultaneously to Brynn. What is Brynn gonna do?
Amazing. I'm gonna shoot the shit out of it again.
All right.
Here I go. And by the way, I will have you guys know, because it's only fair, I was looking at my level 9 character sheet. So we're not going to go back. We're not going to remath. But if you see bigger numbers coming out of me this time, it's because I'm now using my character, my level 10. So I apologize. I am very sorry. So here I go. I
You're
just don't want
welcome,
anybody
Jay.
to think I'm cheating. Okay, here I go. Gonna attack him
Here
with
you go.
my short bow. It is a 36 to hit him. Is that a fucking crit?
Boom.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Okay. And is he engaged?
Yes, he is, and he's flat-footed.
Oh my god. Let's go, dude. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna just okay. So I
Everybody sounds
forget.
good,
Do
though.
we roll one and then double it? Is that what
It's-
we decided?
For what we've done is it's your max damage, then roll once and add it.
Okay, hold on. I got to do this on paper. So it's 6, 7.
That
10.
includes your sneak
Your
attack.
sneak attack. Yep.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. 29 is my minimum, and now I'm gonna attack really for reals. Okay, here I go.
So your max damage is 29?
Yes, with the sneak attack included. That's
Sweet.
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now
Very
roll
nice.
your damage,
Yes,
your straight
now I'm
damage.
gonna roll the straight up damage. And isn't sneak attacked also, right?
Yes.
It is.
Or is it?
It is not sneak attacked. But your strength does count.
I think in the past you have done it where it's just whatever your roll would be, but then also the max damage or whatever that roll would be. This happens to be a crit, and therefore in the past we had done it.
With
That's
sneak
what I
attack?
seem to recall. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Sneak attack
Yes.
again? Okay.
Add your
Okay.
sneak.
Because
Yep.
it's whatever
Yep.
the roll
Yes.
ended up being.
Sure.
This happened
Yes.
to be a
That's right. It's
one
bonuses
where
and
sneak
everything
attack
else.
applies.
8,
Yes.
11. My God. 16. Jesus. I gotta do math. It's summertime. I don't do math in the summertime. This is very
Ooh.
45 points of damage.
Total?
Yes.
What does that arrow look like?
Oh my
And where
God.
did it go? As it completely went through, because you're shooting it in the face. It went through an eye socket and out the other side.
Is this a killing blow? I need
Yes,
to know for
it
my
is.
narrative. Okay. Fucking Jesus. Okay, so
So
this
I
thing.
want to describe, but it is
Yes.
going to get one hit in, because this is all happening at the same time. It's going to get one hit into the wall.
That's
But
fine.
it hits, and then you just.
Here's what happens. So this thing just like roars, and this putrid, horrible
Oh, yeah.
breath with spittle is like trying to intimidate people on the wall. And this, for whatever reason, just incenses Brynn. And I think Brynn like leaps up. What do they call those little, like, not are they parapets, like where the like through battle, like little like all along. Brynn like jumps up 1 foot on each of those and just like screams back at this fucker and takes one arrow.
You are a little higher than this thing too.
And I just for like one good clear shot, and just takes her time, like an extra half a second, and just whew, and the camera follows this arrow as it goes through this thing's like CSI cam, and then boom, out the back. And I imagine hits another zombie in the chest, but it doesn't really affect it.
Oh, it goes right through the back of the skull, goes down and hits another zombie and pins it to the ground.
Oh my God. Yes. And Brynn just stands there triumphantly. There's a fan machine, and her hair is blowing very sexily.
And then all of a sudden, this thing just stops for a second, and it just goes. And this boom, as the ground just shakes, as this thing just hits the ground, smashing a few zombies as it.
Yes.
Did it fall away from the wall?
It fell away from the wall.
the intense momentum
So
carried it away.
Comes in as Gwyn like hits it. It comes in with one of its arms. It kind of smashes a little bit on the wall, but not much. And then you just crit, and it just falls.
Yeah. And it's amazing. It's great.
What does Aviro do as he's seeing this happen?
Well, so Aviro gets up there, and his plan is centered around Gwyn, and then suddenly this thing falls over, and he goes, "Oh, well, rats. I mean, good.
I hear Aviro say that, and I say, "Are you disappointed?"
I'm on top of the wall. Why am I on top of the wall? I need to get down from the wall. And then, but
I feel like there's a slight cutscene as what Aviro wanted to do. As we peer into the mind of Aviro.
Yes.
Okay,
if Brynn had not taken it down, what would Aviro have done?
So we're gonna retcon in those 4 seconds when he was out. We'll flash back to that moment where he's out, and he's lying there, and he floats up, and he sees everything in front of him, all these zombies, all this destruction, this big giant thing, and he sees Gwyn, and he realized, and suddenly he sees Gwyn grow to the size of the giant or bigger and smash the thing, and that's when it goes thud, because Gwyn hit the thing, it fell back and hit the wall in his seeing what's going on. And that's what wakes him up. And he goes, I have to make Gwyn big. So he shoots up and he's going to cast enlarge on Gwyn to make Gwyn at least large or huge. I have the choice. And then fight this fight this thing flying around bigger than it is, so that its sword is bigger than it is.
Mhm.
And then we
So
come,
that's what was going to happen.
and then the flashback comes back to Aviro standing there
Comes
going,
back and he's panicking because he's on top of the wall and he doesn't know what to do now that he's up here.
yeah.
So I think he's kind of paralyzed. How far
Mind
away is
you,
Brynn?
she's about 20 feet away, maybe
Okay.
20, 30 feet away from the wall.
If she turns around, she'll probably see him, even though you told him to stay.
Yeah.
I see him. I kind of roll my eyes, and is
But he
there
has a deer in
cheering?
headlights.
Are people cheering the death of this giant fucking asshole?
Once it hits and you hear the thud, there's definitely like there's a little bit of relief, but you notice that
Woo!
Glastoc is helping everyone get into the tower.
Mm-hmm. Good. So I think Brynn kind of she sees Glastoc sort of organizing people, and she it just takes this time then to not have to do that. So she's just sort of like, she jumps down. She is now kind of on the lookout for Aviro. She saw him scuttle back down into the frickin' tower, and now she's kind of not hurriedly, but just going after him.
Okay.
He's kind of frozen at the top of the wall, so you might have to actually come and physically get
good.
him.
So yeah, I think Brynn like puts her bow back on like over like her shoulder and just goes over to Aviro and kind of takes him by the elbow and be like, what happened to staying downstairs?
I had an idea.
Was it a good one?
I like to think so. Big
sure
Gwyn.
right. Oh, I'm sure you're right. I'm sure it would have been a real banger.
But hey, congratulations on quite a good shot.
Thank you.
Zing!
One of my better ones. And I kind of like take Aviro by the upper arm, and I look him more squarely in the eye, and I'm like, are you all right?
No, no, Gwyn, I'm very not all right.
You're so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I need Aviro to give me a perception check.
Perception.
But we're gonna modify it.
That one.
Perfect. Never mind.
The dice don't
Never. I was rolling to see from this element if you were able to see the dead body of the.
Oh my god.
So yes.
No, you do not.
Thank God.
On a natural one.
On a natural one, you critically failed not seeing her.
Not seeing. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, because of the positioning and height and everything else.
But shouldn't that make it? He sees it so that he feels terrible.
No, I wasn't going to be that evil. I was going to, if you had made it, because I know how astute and how Aviro is like focus and sees things.
The only thing he can see is Brynn.
Yeah,
right now is the only thing.
Yeah.
He's tunnel visioned onto her.
I think Brynn would look at you and she has this kind of like sad look on her face, and I think she puts her hand on your cheek and she's like really trying to like make hard eye contact with you, and she says, I want you to take the rest of the day. I want you to just take some time, get your heart rate down, try to relax, and whenever you're ready to talk, I want you to come find me.
Talk about what?
Aviro.
No, really, what is it you want to talk about?
Is he like blocking it out? Is his brain
no?
not letting him
There
remember?
are too many possibilities of what you could be referring to, and he doesn't know which one it is.
I
like,
think.
Why do you want him to come and talk to you? There's too many answers.
And I think for Brynn to say the one thing she's thinking about, she doesn't want to needle him. you know, the bitch that you killed, you know, the whatever. And I just kind of look at him and I'm like, any one of the menu of things, apparently. You can decide what you want to talk about or what you don't want to talk about, but find me. I care about you, Aviro, and I want to make sure you're all right.
All right.
I'm
Thank
gonna have to
you.
busy myself around here and
Well,
take
I
care of the
don't want to
people.
abandon the group, though.
No, you're
Wait,
not
wait, wait.
abandoning the group. We need you at your best. And unless you rest now, you won't be at your best. It's a
All
strategy,
right.
Aviro.
All right.
And I kind of like put my hand on his chest and I just kind of give him a pat and I kind of like wipe my eyes as I'm going down the stairs.
And he's holding your hand pretty hard
Oh,
as you're going down.
Mm-hmm.
This-
And
Go
yeah.
ahead, sorry.
Oh no. I was just gonna say we make our way into the tower.
Okay, so making up. Gwen. What is Gwen doing as she's still got a few minutes left on her flying?
So seeing the giant go down, I think back to the fact that it turned its attention away from Gwyn. So I'm going to go up another 100 feet or so in the air to survey the area and see if there is like anything around that might indicate, because they must have been able to see to tell him to change what he was doing.
Give me a perception check, please.
Oh,
Okay.
got the
an
drone
eagle.
view.
It's a 28.
So we're going to switch up the map a little. This is the full range of Ravenmoor. This is the entire town.
Nice place.
There's fields. Here's your tower. There's a hill over here with a house. This is where all the action kind of hit. Just past this hill, actually, right at this, on top of this house that is currently on fire and being destroyed, you see two figures. One is standing next to it, one is floating above it. And what you notice too is that it's slightly on fire, but then you notice that there's a crowd of larger, not human size, but something else. Dark. It's very hard to make out, ripping this place apart. And there's about 20 of them surrounding, and they're just demolishing this place with bare hands. But you see two figures so far. One of them is wearing full black plate armor with big horns, almost as if he was a hell knight, kind of, but darkened black armor. And then you see it almost looks like a skeleton. But with that 28, you can tell it's bone armor.
Oh, thank goodness.
As if the skeletal face, this person has constructed armor out of bones.
Oh my god.
And it's literally the bones on his, and he's carrying a staff with him as well.
Are they humanoid bones or dragon bones?
You're not 100% sure, but it possibly a combination. Because there's also some bones, spikes kind of coming out from behind on his back.
All I'm hearing is Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's hope not.
And you roll a 28, right?
Yeah.
You are 300 plus feet away. Yeah, you're about 300. 20. You know, there's a symbol you can't make out.
It's oh my god.
You can't make it out.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Gwen would. If it was blue M's, Gwen would know. But
That is true.
There's
If it was blue
something.
M's, you have advantage on that roll.
Yes, I would say yes. But it doesn't appear to. There's no blue in it.
it's the black M's.
Worse.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's part of the 3M.
Oh no.
The M&Ms.
We can make
You're
3M
not
jokes. We
off
live in
about the 3Ms. You are not wrong about the 3 fucking M's. Because there are 3
I'm sorry?
leaders. You are
Okay.
not wrong about the 3Ms.
Oh.
There are 3 leaders of the blue M's.
I have to go back and analyze Jay's face when you said the black M's because we can like lie detect.
Press X to doubt.
There are 3 leaders to the M's.
So the creatures that are tearing the house apart, you said they're slightly taller than humans,
Yep.
shadowy with like claws?
No, more like stone hands.
Oh, oh no. Okay, great.
That's why they're going and pummeling this building to like demolishing this building like to powder as they appear to be just smashing it and just, you know. And the other thing I will say, there is a fog rolling in around the town.
Okay. I am going to level my glowing greatsword towards the presumably necromancers. And then with my other hand, I'm going to flip them off. And then I'm just going to drop like a stone back down and attempt a hero landing in the courtyard.
Yes.
Okay. I will say this. You're flipping off. They completely see you.
Great.
Yeah!
That's the point. I want them to.
They acknowledge your presence. And at which point you may have seen a smirk. Like,
ooh.
Yeah. And they're impressively smirking. So, and you land the superhero pose as everyone's kind of getting inside.
Out.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the guards.
Trouble.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go, please.
I'm gonna find Brynn, or do I see Brynn and Aviro coming down off the wall?
They've come already. They've already come down the wall, and they're getting in. One guard is going to be on the wall, while the other one's helping get everyone into the tower.
I think we have trouble.
Gwyn, are you all right?
Yes, of course I am. Yeah, just wipe the
trouble?
blood off my face.
That's so badass. Just
the trouble? To the I have to like make a little sign with my hand to figure out which way's east, which way's west. East. To the east, I saw 2 people that look like maybe necromancers, and then they had creatures with stone hands destroying a home. I do not know if they are strong enough to breach the walls, but it may be a danger.
all right. How far away were they? Just in the town there?
I'd say about 300 feet. Other side of the creek. There's a creek on the other side of the church ruins.
Okay. And you said they were taking their time with this house?
I do not understand why. There are maybe survivors inside.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't
Should
seem
I
like
go
there's
look?
anything. No. We need you here. I don't know if there's anything we can do for them now.
How are the
we need
people?
to make this our base of attack. And I think we need to make a plan. We have a little time, I'm sure, before they make it this far. So
Let us
I think we
hope.
need to rest. You in particular, and Aviro, you as well. I think we need to rest for at least a short while, and then we can come back stronger and ready. I'll discuss our current situation with the townspeople we managed to get into the tower, see what they think. They maybe have knowledge of this place that we don't, or maybe even who those necromancers are, or who they're suspected to be. And then we can reconvene after we rest and make a plan.
All right.
Vera's head snaps up. Where's Glastoc? Did we lose Glastoc too? Oh no, is Glastoc gone? Where's Glastoc?
Is Glastoc like around,
Oh yeah,
just being very
he's
quiet?
helping like getting people into the tower.
But
So he was
I feel like Avira hasn't seen him.
Yeah.
He's afraid he's
Mhm.
dead.
No, Glastoc. I saw him. He's
Oh,
helping with the townsfolk. So
all
I'm
right.
going to go. I'm going to go reconvene with him, talk to them, see if we can make a plan, and take shifts to see who needs rest and who doesn't.
I'm going to go
And
pass out now.
good, very good. Remember what we talked about.
Passing out now.
Okay.
So,
I will go keep watch.
and one of the guards is up there, but one of the guards starts walking down and goes in as everyone's kind of gone into the first level of this tower. This large, like I want to say it's almost a 10-foot door, just this ornate, magical, just big decorative wooden door. It's very, very thick. And Aviro, as you got close, you realize there are magic seals and sigils and runes all along the door. And then you kind of notice it along the tower because of just being able to see and just identify. This is
Are they active?
uh,
Those runes? Are they
some
like?
of them are, yes. And you're pretty sure that once the door gets sealed, more runes get activated.
Do I think I could activate the not active ones?
You're thinking that it's once the door gets shut, there's an alarm system that can basically turn on this thing. So
Brynn,
Yes. What?
there are all sorts of sigils and protective runes. I think once we close the door, we'll be actually quite well protected.
Oh. Well, that's very good to know. So we have more time.
I believe so.
All right. And
I don't know once the door's closed if they turn off again once you open it. Can we open the door? I'll need to study, but I sleep
But
first.
you need to sleep first. I'll take this information to the townsfolk, take it to Glastoc, and we'll reconvene once we all get a little bit of rest.
I'm going to go find a place to lie down. And he pulls out his cloak of feline rest and is putting it on as he is walking towards. Is there a bunk area, or he might actually just find a
barracks.
I'm gonna, as you can
is
look,
there a pile of sacks that you can just
well, as you
curl up in a
see
corner?
in Roll20, you see the first level of the tower and some of the other ones. But in the first level of the tower, I'm going to describe what you see as you walk in.
Nice.
So you have the magical doors, but as you get into the main entrance or entry number 2, this nicely decorated entry has some fine decor, including 2 large stone statues. At first glance, they appear to be interesting stone pieces, but as you get closer and you can feel magical energy surrounding them. 2 sets of double doors lead out of this room on either side of the statues. In the center is a set of very nice carved thick wooden double doors as well. They are open, and it shows a staircase winding upward, as if this is the stair to get to different levels in this particular tower. All the other rooms doors are shut, but you find that everyone is coloring in here quickly, and there are 2 people that seem to be in charge. One of them is kind of talking to Glastoc, and what you see is that there is a woman She is an mid early 40s ish woman, little bit bigger, definitely presence. And she's not made wearing a maid outfit, but you can clearly see that she takes care, she's the caretaker of this of the tower. She's one of the wizard's hires or employees. Additionally, one of the town's guards comes in, and you hear this particular caretaker look over and, um, Corporal Hickson, is everything okay? Is everything okay? And he's like, yes, we're getting things around. The captain, she's like, the captain. And he's just, the captain didn't make it. We're figuring things out at the moment. We're trying to, is everyone okay? And we've been able to get in and we're able to shut the doors. Well, we should be safe. Oh, hey. And they're having the conversation of, oh, hey, thanks, heavens. Heavens. Oh, and again, you have successfully, there is 20 plus people in here at various stages that are kind of on the ground. There's teenagers to young children to adults to yeah, commoners and fighters and the old grandma. They're all sitting here trying to figure out. And they're like, "What are we going to?" You hear, "What are we going to do?" And they're trying to calm everyone.
The corporal,
Yes.
is he still like standing here?
Mm-hmm.
I would take him off to the side and introduce myself. And I would just say to him, it's like, my friend seems to think that with the doors closed, they will have a decidedly difficult time getting in. Are there protective runes or something?
Oh, of course. And now that giant is dead, the walls outside should be able to hold most of the zombies out there, unless they bring in something heavy to be able to bash the walls down. I don't think that we should be well protected. The guard will be able to keep everyone inside. It's going to be tight, but should be able to hand it. Corporal Hickson, the name.
Yes, it's very nice to meet you. With
Darius Hickson, that is.
Darius, it's very nice to meet you. I'm Brynn. My concern then, if we are going to be safe for a time, is can we sustain life in this tower for a time? Do we have enough food? Do we have enough supplies? There are children. What do we?
That's a very good question. Definitely need to be able to take stock of the chef should be able to take stock of what's in the pantries and the storage units. And he goes and says, Tamir or Tamir, Mary, no, not Mary. My brain is not working completely on how to pronounce this name that I created. It's
Tamri.
Tamri. So she's like, Miss Tamri runs the wizard's tower. She has everything understood on that, and we'll be able to give you a tour of the towers, definitely, and be able to give you the rules of the tower, and kind of get things settled and be able to do that. But they just yes. Let me go talk to her, and I'll get back to you on many of
Please.
And Brynn, is it? And your friend.
It is.
It was lucky that. Thank you for that you arrived in time.
Yes. We're always happy to help. I'm Brynn. That's Glastoc, Steelcloak. The smaller elven friend of mine is Aviro Starborn, and the terrifying barbarian with us is Gwyn. And we're all happy to help any way we can.
I will note that you remember what the wizard gave you.
Which was?
He gave you an amulet to indicate that he sent you here. Because otherwise, you wanted to make sure and stuff.
So I would show this amulet as I'm saying, we're all happy to help any way we can.
Oh, you were sent by the wizard himself?
Yes.
Oh, praise the gods and the deities. No wonder you're this is perfect timing. It's going to take a little while to get the inventory and get people settled. We're just going to keep everyone in here for now, and we'll move that. And Miss Tammany, you were able to make it the accommodations. She's like, in process, dearie, in process. And you're getting more of a Mrs. Doubtfire vibe than anything else.
Hello.
Everyone. But she's a little bit more like
buxom.
Well, she's kind of in that like, holy shit, what's going on? You just opened my door and there's 2 dozen people now are in my place. What the hell is going on? You know, just like, but she's kind of controlling it. She's like, okay. And you notice a small child that comes to her, mommy. She's like, it's okay, dear, go back to the room.
God, it's like Mrs. Potts and Chip.
Yes. Very, very much so. Yes.
I love it. Amazing.
So it is going to take some time and a few hours as things kind of start settling down and as processes kind of come in, working through and trying to figure out like, okay, what's the stage? What are we doing? And how we're going to work this next part is that during the siege, you're trying to figure out what the process of like what you're going to do each day. Because there is, like I said, we're going to go through and talk about they're going to have to ration. You have 20 plus people. And for a facility like a tower, you're going to have food, but you're not going to have food for 20 people for the normally months of food that's in prep. It's for a small amount, but you've just tripled to quadrupled that number of people.
So we have enough for a week and a half.
Maybe.
Ugh.
And it's going to be a matter of figuring some of that stuff up. In this next stage of the siege, you're going to have the more or less action. You're going to have a morning action. You're going to have an afternoon action. You're going to have the night action. And as the characters, you're going to figure out who's going to have what are you going to do during each action. On top of that, there is going to be guards posting. Who's going to be watching the walls and things of that nature. Now, you do know that there are 2 guards that are set prone to be able to do that. And they know everything that's going on. That's going to be one of the processes. They're going to be able to take in watch. They're going to be able to do. But so with that working together, you're going to figure out who and what and where and things like that over the course of time. Now, that being said, one of the things that happens is to identify the people that you have. You notice that there are 2 militia guards. One of them is having a harder time than the other one. Corporal Darius Hickson, nickname Hicks, is basically in kind of the one that's leading in charge. His cohort and the only other remaining militia guard. There was actually 5 militia guards, but those are the only 2 that remain. Hudson, or he goes by Hutz, is physically and emotionally having like freaking out at different times.
I feel your brother.
You may have heard game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man.
But he got quickly, rid. Then you also have a chef named Keith. I'll throw that into the chat, so to speak. He very good chef, very just a big wonderful man, friendly, jovial, and he's a complete apron, everything else hot. And he's like, okay, he's going to spend the rest of the day inventorying all the food and stuff like that. So those are the only remaining individuals that are that are part of the castle. The rest of them are town folk that have been able to get in.
Okay.
With that being said, as I'm looking at Roll20, you can see level 1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see all the rooms, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. You are opened up and basically you're given a tour by Hicks. So in this day of processing, you're given a tour.
What time? It's pretty late because we got here like after supper
Yeah.
when we bamped in.
Maybe the next
No, it was
full
more.
day.
It
It was morning.
It was morning.
Was it?
Yeah, you
No,
had slept.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, well, you didn't sleep.
You didn't sleep, but it was morning.
So the rest of us got the tour, and we
Yep.
can all relay this to Aviro later.
Okay.
Yep. So in this level 1, you're going to notice that in room 3, as you can see in level 1, is basically the staff's kitchen area and eating room.
Okay.
Room 4 is the kitchen. This is a full-on like major kitchen. So follow me. So number 3 is the servants' dining hall, simple dining rooms with one round table. Number 4 is the kitchen, which is a very nice kitchen with fine and one of some of the most expensive and fine of it. Move back up. This is a nice kitchen and would be seen in a fine dining restaurant, a very expensive restaurant. This is where all the meals will be prepped and has been prepped. You notice the door, you're not given access, but it's the pantry and storage room. This is where the food is kept. And you're going to find out later on today, you have about 2 months worth of food. As he gets down and realizes the number of people, you only have maybe 2 to 2.5 weeks of that. And he's going to ask about he can try to ration some of the food out, depending on what it is, to kind of extend it out a little bit. But he's going to need to know from you when he should start rationing. Immediately or later on?
In a week. Let's do it in a week. Keep everybody strong. Maybe we'll be able to get out of this in a week. That's my vote. Sorry. It's democracy.
I feel like Glastoc would vote for right now.
Because Glastoc's a grumpy old man.
Pragmatism.
You don't need to be eating all the time.
So then you're going to see, actually, let me take that back. You don't see what level 2 is. Screw it. You're going to get, as you get up, you're going to see these doors right here as you're getting the tour. You do not go into level 2. And what you are told is that this is where the wizard's offices are. And his personal library is in this area.
Ooh.
You are not to go.
Is Aviro there, or is he curled up in a corner?
You're curled up in a corner, and you will hear this. In level 3, which is down lower.
Level 3 is, oh, there it is.
There's level 3. I just opened it up for you.
I was just going to say it's blocked.
So level 3, you have a guest. Number 8 is a guest lounge. This area is decorated with fine paintings and carpet. This is a simple room, and where guests can enjoy and just relax. Number 9 is a guest meditation room.
Oh.
This empty room is quiet prayers and meditations. It's very empty at the moment. Room 10. This is the guest dining room. This room is used for large events and has several guests or when several guests are staying. Currently, this room will be where the survivors will eat. So they've established that this is where all the survivors are going to be able to eat in here together for meals. The prep, you'll come up, you'll be able to bring the food up, and this is where, like I said, everyone's going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number 11 is the bathroom, the guest bathroom. This main bathroom for the tower, at which point Tamara will put together a schedule, make accommodations for all the survivors to get equal time in the bath.
Wow.
Awesome.
It is
Wow.
a
Tamira, dude,
very large bath. And there's a small
fucking
hot tub
Tammy
as well.
has her finger on the pulse, dude. She understands what's important here. I love it.
Oh, and she's like, no, what I did. I'm gonna get the assessment of everyone. I've got room, and by this end of the day, she's like, I'll have room assignments for everyone, be able to get everything where we're at, and we'll get that schedule out so we get fresh and clean.
Oh, she's my hero, dude. I love her. Tammy. Tammy. Let's go, dude.
And then in level, oh, that's not what I wanted.
Pause.
Nope, I did not want to pause. We've done our safety tools. We don't need to pause. We're good. In level 4, this is number 12. This is a training room. There are wooden weapons and other weapons to train in this. You are informed as you're being led on this tour from Tamara or Tammy and Hickson that the next room with 13 is a storage room. There's various things that are stored there and things like that. Some supplies, some stuff for the tower. It's like I said, just a small little storage area.
When we get shown the room 12, the training room,
Yep.
Brynn leans to Gwyn and says, "Oh, so there were weapons. There were weapons in here the whole time. That's
They
good
are
to
not
know."
very good weapons, though.
Just saying.
And as you get to
weapons are important. Sorry.
And then you get to you don't leave 13, but she shows you where the door to 14 is. And she just goes, and Hickson, as the rules of the tower, the wizard's office is off limits. Second floor is off limits. Private study is private office, and private libraries are up there. You may not go in there. This room is a private storage. Do not go in there. You should be aware the tower has guards. Office and in this room over here.
Hicks, it would have been enough just to tell us not to go in there. You don't need to threaten us. With all due respect, this tower might not be here if not for me and my friends.
I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm providing you with information. I do not go in there. If I do, Kamina is the only one that can go in the office and cleans. And she has a specific reason she's able to go in there. Because if not, you don't come back out.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
We should not spread that around.
No, we should not.
Because the gods of those particular rooms, the wizard personally handpicked, and to protect his facilities, the tower, so to speak, in certain rooms. So we know that you don't go in the rooms if you want to live, unless you have the passcode or you're like that.
I agree with Gwyn. I don't think we should spread that around. There are teenagers in here with us, and I know damn well what I would have done if I was a teenager. So
yes.
Let's just keep that to ourselves.
And as you get up to level 5 is the
beds.
This is where the survivors will stay.
Dormitory.
Awesome.
It is a dormitory-esque location. So
awesome.
You have 15 is kind of a study library, a guest library, kind of a sitting area, things like that. There's some books and other things in that. 16 is more of a study and a private conference room type conversation that's been converted, that things are kind of moved around. And then 17 is where the beds are going to be, where the survivors are. And Tamara has a list of she's made a schedule and a list based off of talking to everyone, and it's basically assigning rooms and location as well.
Oh my god, dude! Awesome.
And this is the entire, like, what she spent the entire day talking to people, getting organization and things of that nature, and trying to figure out what needs to be done when it comes to that.
Wow. Yeah, I would put my vote in while we kind of got the core group here. I would put my vote in to feed the people well for about a week and then slowly start to ration what we have.
Gwyn would disagree.
Why? What do you mean?
We have no cavalry coming to save us. We are under siege. We need to make things stretch as long as they can. We do not know how long we will be here.
But if the people are starving, we won't be able to fight. Any escape
Rations
plan
does
would...
not mean starving. It just makes us hungry.
Hungry means weak. And weakness isn't a good fighting force.
Yes, I understand. Have you ever been in a siege?
No. I've been a part of a fighting force. Have you been part of a siege?
Yes. We used to have raiders who would come into the valley, and we would hole up until people could come and beat them back, but we have no such luxury. Do we have Aviro who maybe will be able to contact the wizard? Maybe they can rally somebody. But is it worse to have hunger now or to be starving in 2 weeks?
And
I
with,
don't know.
sorry to
I
interrupt.
guess
Keep going.
the
No,
last,
keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
The last thing I would just say is I can be hungry. You can be hungry. Aviro can be hungry. Glastoc. I say we at least feed the children.
Hmm.
And the rest of us know better.
I agree. I can agree to that.
Call it a compromise. And that's all I have to say.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break. Going to be 2 or 3 minutes as we have someone waiting in the wings to join this conversation.
Is it Pepper?
Hey. Oh,
We're saved.
disappointed. Thank God. Oh shit. No, it's just Glastoc.
No.
All right,
Glastoc's a goddamn delight.
we'll be right back, everyone. Hold on, very quick. Take care. We'll be right back. Thank you. Found.
Jim.
Jim is
Jim is who we
here.
found.
Yay!
Welcome,
Jim's here.
Jin.
Sorry,
Hello.
everybody. I was watching the Red Sox beat the Mariners. So
No
Oh, it's a
worries
good day
at
for the
all.
Sox. Go Sox.
go Sox!
So,
Yankees suck.
Yankees suck.
we're picking up as the group is getting a tour of the Wizard's Tower. Except for Aviro. Aviro is sitting down, resting, trying to figure
Aviro curled up in his cloak of feline rest in a corner, and he is asleep. But you skipped over Brynn's amazing moment.
What?
We gotta tell Jim about Brynn's amazing moment.
Yes.
What? Oh, the
Wait,
frickin' oh
recap.
my god. Dude, I killed the shit out of that giant zombie thing.
Oh, nice.
I had an attack that ended up going off for, was it 49 points of damage?
Hmm?
Sorry, 45 points of damage.
Oh,
Yeah, killed it.
very
It was
nice.
really great.
Very, very nice.
Thank you. And Aviro and I have a hard talk coming because he's all stressed out and
Yeah. Well,
traumatized.
yeah.
Yeah,
So what's
and you've been
Glastoc
just
been
helping.
doing all
You've
this
been
time? Yeah.
organizing. You've been kind of leading like the townsfolk and like organizing them and
Oh,
helping
okay.
them to.
So one of the
Working with
things,
the housekeeper.
so the caretaker housekeeper of the wizard's tower, you know that her name is Tamir, and she has a son. But what you've come to realize too, that she's kind of organizing. When you first came in, you were able to get kind of get them settled, trying to figure out different things, and then was like, okay, are they, who are they, things of that nature. You know that um there are 5 left from that are employed by the wizard at the wizard, and that
Okay.
of the survivors. It's Corporus Darius Hickson, Hutz, the other military. Then there is the chef, is
Keith.
Akif, yes, Akif, who's just this jovial type individual. Then the housekeeper and her daughter. I'm sorry, her Rose.
Okay.
Oh,
And you've been mainly talking to the housekeeper, at, kind of get things, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then there's the guy you saved, which his name is Chad.
Okay. Chad.
Chad.
Yep, it's Chad.
Which one was he?
He is the
Chad.
one that the townsperson that Glastoc saved with the barmaid.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm organizing some stuff. You know that there are the shop owner and her son, who basically was the first ones that you saw, and they ran into that. They were able to make. There is the two gnome kids, are 2 teenagers, else one younger, one old. There's the ruffian.
Oh yeah.
Ruffians.
Carrie's
good.
Carrie's favorites or Brynn's
Oh,
favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
The half orc is one of them, and stuff like that. And have Bellatrix is the woman that Glastoc saved. Barmaid.
That's the barmaid.
Yep.
Bellatrix.
Bellatrix.
Nice.
What a hot name.
There is the girl sorcerer, a teenage girl
Cool.
sorcerer, and her mother, and who you will notice they are not these. They are kind of keeping their distance away from their daughter a little, because it's kind of clear they didn't know she had magical ability.
Oh.
Oh, so it all just came out right
It
now.
just came out for the first time ever.
Oh man. That's tough.
Time to go have an after-school special moment with her, Glastoc.
Yeah. No kidding, right?
And
Well,
then
you're special and perfect just the way you are.
Yes.
then
It's
you
okay
If
to
they
have,
don't
have your
see
parents
that,
hate
it's
you.
on them.
You're special.
then you have
Look how I turned out.
Olisif, the fighter, adventurer, and Grandma Izza.
Is her name Grandma?
It's just Grandma Izza.
Grandma is.
Grandma is a what?
I'm hoping Grandma is like
Izza,
this
I barely know her.
closeted like grand master mage or something.
Dude,
Just
yes,
gonna-
she's a level 20 motherfucker, and she's gonna let us know right at the 11th hour.
Nope, she's just an old grandma.
Nope. Incorrect. Okay. All right.
So one of the other things, like I said, with this process, that And so as they're getting everything, notice that room 5 and room 6 or level 6, you notice that 18 is going to be this is the housekeeper. This is
Ooh.
where her and her daughter stay. Because of the amount of people, there's 2 beds inside. And they're going to have someone else.
Me.
Nope.
Oh,
Some of the teenage kids.
Oh,
Children are kind of by themselves.
that's good.
Together. Then
I love Tammy so much.
She's gonna change her mind, having all the kids up there with her.
Yeah,
and
she's not gonna want that.
She's not gonna want that. She's gonna then separate them into
On their
families.
fucking
then-
phones all night.
and number 20 is a guest room. And then 19 is also this is where the militia stay. The 2 militia guys.
20 is blocked for us.
We cannot see 20.
Yes, because you're not in there yet.
Oh, okay. But that black space is
20?
20.
Yeah, so this one
Gotcha,
I will
okay.
give you
It's just a little peek. Just a
Yeah.
little peek. Oh, good.
Those of you who can't
Ooh.
see
Oh, it's
this,
two rooms.
he just opened the little window so we could see the number 20, and the rest of it is black.
Great. Wow, stone floors. Beautiful.
so 20 is the
Okay.
guest room, and then 21 is the master wizard room. You are not allowed. You are informed that room limits. Reason for.
Big shock.
And then 19 is where the militia soldiers stay. That's kind of your bunk room.
Hick and Hucks. Or
Yep.
Huts and Hicks. Okay.
Huts and Hicks.
Huts and Hicks.
Level
Got it.
20 or level 7.
Ooh.
Jay,
Yes.
did you say their names are Hudson and Hicks?
Huts, Huts, and Hicks. Well, it's
no,
Hickson, but
Totally
Huts.
different.
Nope.
Totally different.
I believe I said they were called. First one was called Huts. And he somebody did call him Hudson. And then there's Corporal Darius Hickson
Hicks.
or Hicks.
Is this a Star Wars thing?
No, it's aliens.
Different. Yeah.
Alien.
It's the Space
Oh,
Marines.
duh. I knew
These-
that.
this
I was
is-
like, I know this reference.
This is Bill Paxton's character and what's his name from Terminator? Michael Biehn.
Amazing.
And
I'm glad
Corporal
you're here
Hicks
to
is
understand
kind
that
of,
reference.
So one of the things that he's kind
So
of in
Corporal
charge.
Hicks is a badass. So that's one of the things to remember.
Good.
Well, he's the one in charge, apparently.
Kind of, which is going to be one of the conversations later in the day of like, who's going to be in charge? Clearly, you are higher level adventurers. He is just a lowly. If you had to put it,
I'll be in charge.
but it's a
I'll be
matter
in
of like,
charge.
this is a conversation later that's going to happen later on that you're going to have to make this. But you are not
Yes.
allowed to go up to 7. There's a door at the top that goes. You are informed that is Wizards special personal library and magical conjuring / practice
It's his workshop.
workshop. Yes.
It's his workshop.
And then the stairs go through this room and then go to the top of the tower. Is to the you can actually
level.
go to the top of the tower. Aviro,
Question.
Is this an observatory?
it's just
Kinda?
the top battlement.
Okay, cool.
Question.
Yes.
Can you go up the staircase, not enter level 7, but go up all the way to the top of the tower and to the roof without going into level 7? You cannot. Noted.
Well, the only way you get to the top
Is to break the rules.
Fly.
or emerald. Have the password, so to
Or fly.
Because you are informed the Guardian Library.
That strikes me as a golem or some fucking automaton.
But Aviro, in your mind, any
his sleeping
magical
mind.
yeah, in your once you find this out and you are shared, there's a few things that are gonna pop in your head.
Mhm.
This personal library and workshop, any and all magic items that this wizard has ever created or collected. Probably
Seems likely. Seems the obvious place.
yes. And the first impressions from this particular wizard,
Well, it's too bad we can't go in there. I'd really enjoy to see some of these things, but rules are rules. Ah, well.
the other thing, Vero, eventually when you start making your way, realize this tower has 7+ levels to it. Each level is 10+ feet. Like a training room's probably like a 15 by itself. There is some
Oh,
dimensional magic.
Right on.
And there's a window or two throughout the area. But as you get through, you get the tours, you get everything else, you're brought back down. And then Emerald's like, okay, did it? And this is the Mrs. Doubtfire type lady. Like, schedules, meeting schedules have been put up. Room assignments, let me rephrase that. Bed assignments have been made. Now, for all of you, have you decided who's in charge that I might be able to give this to?
Aren't you in charge?
Oh, no! I'm not in charge. I just make sure and clean up the mess around here, which I know is going to keep me very, very busy with all of you.
Glastoc. You're the team dad. What about being the tower dad for a little while?
I knew this was going to happen. All right. So
I guess.
I
Too old for this shit.
fine.
Excellent then. All right. Well, everyone can hear. I'm just gonna be able to share all this information for you. But so as you know, that in level 6 in 19, where the militia are going to be, level 5 is the main area. I have Chad here.
Yeah, what do you want?
Chad is what the Glastoc. He's like, yep. He's like, you're in room, you're level 5, room 17. Take one of the beds there. She indicates her room, and her daughter's room is 18. In the guest room, room 20 is where the shop owner mom and her son are going to be. Umi Utsumi. So her and her son are going to be in there because pacing wise is going to the two the two gnomes, the small children gnomes lost their dad is
The
also
orphans.
the orphan. They are going to be in room with the housekeeper on level 6. Room 8. They're gonna be with her in the second bed. The two teenagers will be in level 5, room 17, so they're going to take 2 of those beds. The ruffians, they're also going to be in level 5 on there, as well as Bellatrix, the sorcerer girl, and her mother and aunt are going to help, as well as the adventurer and Grandma Izzy. And then there are going to be a lot for other PCs are able to share there's going to make some betting in. So in 16 on level 5, they're going to move the table out of the way and they're going to put another bed in there. But in level 6, where the militia, they're a piece take one to stay in that room, will be able to.
I will stay in the room with the lots of people. The first one you said.
So level 5 with the big people. Okay.
So 17.
Yep, 17.
Mm-hmm.
And then who wants to be with the level 6 ruffian room? Or not the ruffian room, the militia sharing room. Or you can all essentially be in 16.
Glastoc will go in that room.
Militia?
Yeah.
Okay. And
No sense in crowding us too much if we don't have to.
and then the rest of you are gonna go into 16 on so
The rest of us being Gwyn and Aviro.
Gwyn and Aviro are in 16 and level 5. Or is there somewhere else that you're gonna
Roommates. No, I think Aviro would
This
be
is
happy.
my half of the room.
Aviro is happy that he only has to share the room with one person and he knows that person. It's not a bunch of strangers. He's fine.
and there's a little bit of libraries in and books and stuff like that in the
Well, then he definitely wants to sleep.
because he's gonna feel more.
Yeah.
Oh, how great. We have something to burn.
No, no, no. First of all, this is not our property.
Isn't it though?
It isn't.
Hmm. I mean, we're here and Astrolgon is not, so...
Yes, on his behalf.
Right. And we're keeping his people safe.
Yes, and therefore his people and his items. He will not be pleased. Let's aim for both. Can we aim for both?
All right, fine. We won't burn his books. Magic.
Brynn, I do dearly respect you, but you have very little regard for other people's property, I've noticed.
It's weird that you
You
all
say-
such attachments.
Oh, sorry, Gwyn. I said Brynn.
Sorry, I was like,
Gwyn,
I'm not
Gwyn.
there.
Gwyn.
It's just kind of weird that you have these attachment items.
Ooh, the items are very important.
I suppose. Oh no, I need to go find Brynn.
You find
And
Brynn making her bed up.
she's going to.
Hey, yeah, so okay, what time is Vero asleep? Did we not have this?
No, you slept for a little while. You woke up. This is the kind of we're back in the evening time, so this is
okay.
gonna finish out kind of the whole day. So we're kind of combining different things for that.
So we did actually skip the day because we
did.
The day was the purple festival.
Yeah.
So this is
Doesn't matter.
the ogre. Anyway.
So the evening. That oh yeah, it's figuring out a lot of the stuff out, stuff like that. So the next, you're gonna get a new sleep. Glastoc.
Yes.
Looking at their processes, things of that nature. Who do you want to assign for guard duties and like evening guard duty? Now you do have the 2 militia that they're indicated that they're going to be there for the guard at night, but you're in charge. Also, Chad has also offered.
Chad.
He is a part-time. He was a part-time adventurer several years ago, but he's kind of been here and he's kind of trying to be a shop owner.
It's taking a gap year.
Yeah,
We
he's got a
understand.
little bit of adventuring in him, but he's like I can stand at night and guard.
Ring a bell.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Perfect.
offering night duty, night guard as well.
Perfect.
But and then there's also one others. Like I said, you could technically have the night guards like care of, so you
Okay. So this is going to sound like a really stupid question, especially since I came in here late. Are we stuck in the tower, or do we have any
Yes.
access to any of the other buildings?
No.
So you are in the tower. There is a big stone, 15-foot all around it. In the property, this tower's in. There's a stable at on the property. There are two
Okay.
large gates that hold that access in it.
Okay.
There is slight damage to one of the walls that a giant hill giant was starting to pummel and break through, but you were able to kill it very, very quickly.
Okay. So that's my question is the courtyard area.
Yes.
Do we have access to that?
Have access to that courtyard area. The doors, they can be the wizard tower's door shut, but if you seal them, they can be
Okay.
magic.
Okay. All right. Have we looked at to see what's in the stable?
Nope. To the stable.
This is why I said I want to pre-plan some stuff, Jay.
So when you do,
Because I was already thinking that I was going to end up in charge of this defense.
so one of the things is, as the course of getting tours, there is a stable. There is
Okay.
a wagon in.
Okay.
There
Is
are no
there
horses.
hay?
Yes, there are hay.
How many hay bales?
There are 6 hay barrels.
Hay bales. Okay.
Hay barrels.
Can we push the wagon to a spot where it can be easily pushed towards either of the main gates?
Yes.
No, but okay, that was the first.
Well, there's
step.
only one main gate to get in.
Okay.
It's double
Perfect.
doored. Double doored.
Perfect. We're gonna block that with the wagon.
Okay.
That's the first thing. The
Yes.
second thing is I want the hay bales spread out around the parapets, the walkways, which I'm
Okay.
assuming there
Yep.
are,
Yep.
so that they can be
Battlements.
tossed over and set on fire if necessary.
Perfect. That's part of
Okay.
the setup. Yes.
Okay. And what
Yes.
I'm going to do is at every one of those spots, I'm going to make sure that we have handy. I forget what the
Torch.
little. No. I have something even better than that.
Aviro cast shape stone to fix the hole in the wall.
There you go.
The dwarven daisies that I can create, Jay.
Yeah.
It's a firework that
Uh-huh.
does fire damage. Okay, so
Yeah.
I want to put those everywhere where we have hay bales,
Perfect.
so
Yeah.
that the hay bales can be tossed over and then those things can be
So-
thrown on top of it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's set
Okay.
the prep. You're prepping up. Yeah. Defenses. That's a part of all day assessing everything else. Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, so we'll come up with a rotating schedule. I don't want anybody who can cast spells. I want them to be able to rest through the night so that their spells get restored.
Currently, you feel that Aviro and maybe the little sword girl have any magic,
And you.
and you are the only 3 that have any inkling of magic.
Okay. Well, wow. Already forgotten that I cast spells. Wait a minute, Jay. Okay. All right. So yeah. So as far as those types of defenses, okay. So when I first logged into Twitch, I know Carrie or Brynn and Gwyn were talking about food. So we've done an assessment on what we have as far as food.
So
Yes.
We have enough for about 2 weeks.
A little over 2 weeks.
2 weeks total.
With
Yeah.
this amount of people,
without rationing.
That's without rationing. Okay. We're okay. We're gonna go on 2/3 rations right off the bat. So it's instead of 3 meals a day, it's 2 meals. So right away we're gonna gain a week. So now it's 3 weeks.
oh, that, okay. The chef is going on IT. That's the way you want it. I can definitely put that out. The good
And-
helpings.
And any other way that we can stretch that stuff out. So in other words,
I definitely could. It would.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
well,
be.
what I mean is like if he's got stuff that he would normally use for specific meals, anything that can be made into stews, things like that can be thinned, like yes, Go ahead.
Oh, I assume Aviro was in this meeting jumping up and down.
Yeah.
There's the giant hunk of meat out there that the giant
No,
was swinging
absolutely
around.
not.
No.
It's well tenderized against my
It's
face.
there. Why are we ignoring this idea? Not the giant itself. I'm talking about, although if we get desperate, but the leg.
It's shattered. When it gets
I was gonna
punched.
say it's probably half rotted also.
Who knows how
Oh,
long
it
he's
was
been
definitely-
swinging that thing around
definitely.
anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, anything that can be like mass produce type, like stews, things like that, anything to help stretch the food.
I can
So it's
create
like-
water.
Perfect.
And I don't mean urinating. Looks at Brynn.
Perfect.
Going
Yeah.
to ask.
So water, we don't have to worry about water, so that's good. Let's see. Okay, so are the zombies like pounding on the walls and stuff and effectively not doing anything?
They're on the stone wall, so they're basically falling around the stone wall. Effectively, they can't do enough damage to damage the wall, so they're just outside.
Perfect.
There's
Okay.
a lot of them.
Right.
Tell-
What about
tell-
the gate?
Gate is holding up.
And the
Okay.
gate is protected by runes too. I don't know if you heard that. Like the gate and
No.
the walls are all protected by runes.
No, I didn't hear
And
that.
the wall, the mainly, so the gate is protected by some rooms. The outside wall, but not so much. But the wizard's tower walls are protected by runes, and the wizard's door is.
Okay. All right.
Tell him
And-
about the two people you saw.
So there were two necromancers, I think necromancers, or maybe like some sort of hell knight or something. I'm not really clear on it, but they were on the hill on the other side of the creek, and then they had these creatures with stone hands that were just destroying this building. Like I said when I landed, we may have a problem.
So we specifically need to watch out for those things.
Indeed.
Okay. How far away was this hill with these?
300 feet. There is a creek, though, that runs between it. I think there's a bridge, but maybe they can't cross running water? I know that some undead creatures can't do that.
Because Glastoc doesn't know, and so he's going to ask Gwyn, how often does your flight recharge?
No, once a day.
So you can do it. You can do it once a day.
Gwyn does not know, but yes, I can do it once a day. Yes.
Okay. All right. So as far as Gwyn knows, Gwyn's never done it more than once a day.
Yeah,
Okay. Perfect.
but like, what is a day really?
Right. You're right. Okay. Yeah. Never done it twice consecutively in short periods of time.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So, as the evening is, so the guard duties are set, inventory of the food. Evening's going to come. People are going to start settling down, and how, Jim, how this is working? We're going to have 3 acts or actions per day. You're going to have a morning, an afternoon.
Okay.
If you, and with the assumption that you're sleeping during the graveyard action. 2 of the people, or 3 of the people, 2 or 3 of the people, Militia and Chad, are going to be put in have been assigned.
I'm sorry, that's never not going to be funny. The militia and Chad.
Just so you know, the 2 ruffian guys are being volunteered to also help with guard duty.
And they're like, dude, why are you picking on me? We're just survivors.
So that's when Glastoc like hefts his axe and says, "Dude, do you want to live through this?"
Of course I want to live.
I imagine
you're
this
going
is
to kick me out. Are you gonna
This
kick
is
me out of
happening.
the-"
This is happening as like all of them are like getting ready, like to like getting their beds around,
Yeah.
and their beds are like in the same room as where Brynn's is, and like Brynn has been keeping an eye on these fuckers like the entire time. But when Glastoc comes in and assigns them guard duty, Brynn has just like a small little smile, like, and she's it's like perfect.
And they've been playing the entire day. They've been trying to break open lock.
Yeah.
Of the chest that they have.
What? Okay, so one of the things that Glastoc is going to do is while he's talking, Glastoc's going to pick up this chest.
Oh, that's our chest.
Yeah, and you'll get it back when we
They
live.
don't let you. They were holding on to it. They're like, dude, that's all put up, and you're not gonna take
I punch one.
Punch the half orc.
Roll an attack.
What a
That's
stud.
it's a 19 on the die. I am expert with unarmed strikes, so
You hit.
yeah.
You punch him down. He's like, and they're holding onto their dagger, and like there is a brawl, and Hicks is like, hey, there's no fighting going on any. Okay. And it's like, Glastoc, what guard duty do you want? What time of guard duty do you want them on?
I want them, and like Hicks is kind of like helping me with this.
Yeah.
I turn to Hicks and say, "You pick one," and then I turn to Hudson and I say, "And you pick one. I don't want you two on the same, and I don't want these two on the same." And then Glastoc turns around and walks out the room with the chest.
No, they're like, you literally will have to fight them for the chest. They're like,
Perfect.
this is the
I'm going to tell them flat out. It's like, this is not our priority. This is not going anywhere. I don't give a shit what happens to this chest. But if I don't want the two of you spending all of your free time worrying about this, we have bigger problems and bigger fish to fry than you guys trying to get into a chest that you stole, and don't think we don't know it. And I'm going to use
intimidation.
I'm going to intimidate them.
Yeah.
All right. I definitely.
Yeah.
And not be.
I would like to stand over Glastoc's shoulder and just glower.
That's how you already clocked that dude.
32.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Against his will save. Correct? Wisdom? Or will saving throw.
Yeah.
Because it's intimidation versus will saving throw. All right. Fortunate. Yeah. So the half orc is not taken back by this. He seems to be.
He's the one that Gwyn punched.
Yeah. He looks at you and he almost is like trying to intimidate you too. Back about this. And he's a little resistant to your intimidation, but he's like accepts it. While the other guy, the kind of like the person in charge, is kind of like just annoyed and just because like it just reluctantly goes.
Like the two dudes in Fargo.
And they're like, they're talking about, they're going to take finders keepers. You know, it's technically our property now. And if they're going to take it, you're going to steal it. We're not going to steal this. You're going to take it away. You're going to give it back? No, you're not going to give it. They're going to kill us in their sleep. And they're going through all trying to like, and Hicks is trying to calm them down and stuff like that. And he basically is going to be like, all right, there's set guard duties that they're going to have a morning and an afternoon. Because there's 3 hours. They're going to set it up so that with the two guards, the 2 guards, Chad, and those 2, there will
Well,
be enough.
during the day, Brynn, Gwyn, and myself will be able to do some guard duty.
If
Yeah.
you do guard duty, you're not going to be able to actions. That's
What-
one of the things you're.
What else are we gonna do? I mean,
There could be stuff coming up. Might
Aviro
wanna
and I
do.
need to talk, and apparently Gwyn and I need to talk.
Yes. So, but
Chatty
they will.
Cathy's.
They are not. I will tell you right now, the ruffians are not happy, and they.
I don't
they're-
care if they're happy.
They didn't seem
Fine.
happy before, to be honest.
Yeah, Glastoc doesn't care. Glastoc, well, actually, Glastoc didn't see them do it. It was Brynn who actually saw them let the guy
Gwen.
die.
When?
Oh, Gwyn.
No, I don't think Gwyn saw them.
No,
Gwyn
I
would
think
have
it was
killed
No,
them
it
already.
was. It was Brynn. Yeah.
Brynn
Yeah.
was the
Yeah,
one
it
that
was
was
Brynn.
right there.
Yeah.
I
So-
told
that's right.
everybody too.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Um,
they're
yeah, I don't
they were
care if they're
unhappy.
happy.
They're very unhappy, and they will do what they need to do to survive. But so then tomorrow we'll.
Okay.
And
So the chest is going in the room with me, Hicks, and Hudson.
so you're basically you want take the chest. And what are
Right.
the grounds for the chest? Because Hicks and Hudson's are like, why do you want the chest?
I just don't want them to be worrying about the chest. So if it's out of sight, it's out of mind.
they're gonna worry about it that you take it away from them. So
I hate to break it to.
Well,
Oh,
and
I mean-
this is a conversation I'm having with Hicks,
yeah.
and I want to make sure Brynn is there with me. Okay.
yes.
So, or here's what we can do.
Can't open it.
We can't. And he turns and looks at Brynn.
No,
I might be able
we
to.
if we open it, they might kill
can-
everyone in the
We-
place.
No, they will
That's when
not.
Glastoc looks at Gwyn and goes, I doubt it.
I could toss them over the walls right now if you want. It is not
I
a
think
problem.
I
We
have
can-
to say, I think I agree with Hicks. At the end of this, when it looks like we are home free,
No.
I'd be
What I
happy
was
to take a
gonna
look at the.
No, what I was gonna say is, if they want to know what's in it so bad, we can open it in front of them.
Why would we do that?
Just to get them to calm down.
What if it's riches in there?
Well, what are they going to do with it?
Steal it, run away,
With it-
escape, kill everyone in the place?
I mean, that's one of the options. If we want, we can just give the chest to him and said, "You're fine. Then go." That's your choices. Either stay and help defend, or take your chest that you can't open and run outside. In fact, we'll help you because we can toss them over the wall.
How about this? How about this? I'll try to open the chest at night when both of them sleep.
That's all
Hold
right,
on,
don't worry.
I wasn't finished.
Okay.
And I will take what's in it and put it somewhere else. Relock it. That way they still have a focus that's not us and killing
The-
everybody, and we
and
have
the-
whatever's inside.
But the problem is then it won't weigh the same. So
There are books.
yeah,
There are
I
books.
just assume get it out of their hands so they're not that. I just don't want this to be their focus. I'd
It
rather
will
have
be
them.
now.
well, That's why I want them on separate
Yeah.
guard duties. So
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Don't
And
let them conspire.
next we are their guard duty conversation.
and every
Conversation.
time if Glastoc hears them say anything about not wanting to be here, Glastoc's going to point at the door.
And then they get they're like, and the course the next as the evening is going to come, we're going to get to Brynn and Pharaoh's conversation happening tonight. Any other conversation, and then there's a thing before
Oh God.
something.
Oh.
Of course.
Freaking Tammy's gonna be putting the moves on him. You know it.
Oh,
We'll get to
He's
that
a
after
virile dwarf.
Brynn
Sorry,
and
sorry.
Aviro.
Gwyn does need to have a quick conversation with Brynn.
How about do that
First-
one first?
okay,
'Cause I think I would
perfect.
say Brynn has been kind of like throughout like their work and moving shit around and just the
Oh, yeah.
hustle and bustle within
Very
the
much so.
tower, Brynn has been keeping an eye on Aviro.
Oh, yeah.
And
Who
I think maybe
sleeps
just as
for
she
like 20 hours.
Well, not
The
quite.
koala.
You're gonna sleep for a good 8 or so, and by the time
I really think it would be longer.
oh, your conversation won't be until the next day. You're gonna if Aviro's gonna sleep all night,
Sure.
then
And
it won't be.
I would want to, yeah. I
Well,
imagine
then-
would Gwyn approach
Yeah.
me?
Gwyn, after the brief conversation with very sleepy Aviro in the study about burning the books, rushes up to Brynn. It's like, looks around, makes sure there's nobody nearby. If there is anybody nearby, she's gonna like put an arm around her shoulder and just steer her away from the crowd. Do you still have it? The shard.
Oh, yes, of course.
Ben, I need you.
Oh, you're fucking with me.
No,
Yesterday
I'm not.
was my birthday. 2
2
days ago was my birthday.
Wow.
Hey, I don't know if I mentioned that 2 days ago was my birthday, and I haven't used a hero point in like forever. Can I use a hero
What
point?
did you roll?
I rolled not the worst thing you can possibly roll, but like one notch above the worst thing you could possibly roll. Could I have a hero point?
I'm sorry, there's no hero points left right now. Brandon, you go. You put where you thought it was. It's not there.
Yes, of course. And I
Thank goodness you still have it. I was really worried.
what
What?
and I think Brynn, like, she has that drop in her stomach, and like, and she looks at Gwyn. She's like, "It's not here.
Okay. That's what
Those two
both.
fuckers. They fucking stole it. I know it. I know they did it somehow. I know it.
Let's go. Let's go find out.
Let's go find out.
As
right
you
now.
take their third step, Bryn, feel something waistband that's about the size of a shard.
In
Seems
my
to have-
waistband.
In your waistband, as it seems to have shifted somewhere.
Oh shit!
As you
Oh
took
god! Hold on.
What?
It's
What?
here. Yeah, it's
Oh.
here. It's here. I have it.
All right, they get to live.
Oh, I was so nervous. I was so afraid. I thought we were going to have to kill people. I have it. Don't worry. Here it is. Here. you
Don't
can
do
have it
that to
back.
me again, okay?
I
Let's
didn't
just.
do. I didn't do it on purpose. I thought.
I
it would
know.
go on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here it is.
Okay. Why don't you hold on to it?
Are you joking? After all that, I don't know if I can trust myself.
Well, maybe don't tuck it into the waistband of your pants, but like,
Yes.
we can get you something to like put it around your neck or something.
Pouch, a special pouch.
A pouch
yes.
would be good. In fact, I think I might have one of those, but
Okay.
we will work it out.
I'll
But I
hang on
think
to it.
for the
If I
time
can
being,
ask, if I can ask, why do you not want it?
when I was on the other side of the wall, they couldn't do very much to me.
Precisely.
I can get over the wall pretty easily. I can get back over the wall pretty easily. And I am really good at killing zombies.
Precisely. So
But
why
if
don't
I
you
get
want
pinned
it?
down out there, we cannot risk it being out there with me if something were to happen. And I don't think you should go out there right now. Not that I don't think you're capable.
Thank you.
You're much better on the wall with a bow, apparently. And I trust you.
Oh. And I think Brynn, who has kind of been like shaking this conversation off in her typical like nonchalant fashion, when Gwyn says "I trust you," she kind of like looks at her and I don't know if any like she has a feeling that like Glastoc and Aviro trust her, but like hearing the sentence out loud is jarring. And I think she like looks at Gwyn and just nods and is like, all right. I'll keep it safe.
Good. All right. Well, I'm not gonna go throw those two over the wall right now, so I should go find something to do.
The jury's out. Keep it on the back burner.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've almost.
This when Brynn goes and talks to Aviro.
No, Vero's going to be
Alright.
sleeping. Pretty
I
much.
told Aviro to come find me
Yeah.
when he was ready to talk. And so that's going to be up to him. But it sounds like narratively that is about to happen. So
I was going to say it's going to probably be morning by the time
Okay.
Aviro wakes up and having, which we might need to do next game session, because what happens tonight is that over the course of time, Bellatrix.
Oh, hot.
Ooh.
Awesome.
And she approaches Glastoc. She's in this kind, very beautiful, luxurious outfit. Yes, very much barmaid is coming. She's like, that's dog. So much for saving me. I was so scared I was going to die. And she's like,
Part of me
Normally-
wants to go, not while I'm around, but Glastoc.
Oh, striking a pose.
Yeah, exactly.
He does.
know.
He's a little in the bag.
always got an affinity of dwarves, so to speak.
Oh,
I've heard the mining equipment quite impactful. Is there any way and anything I could do to thank you for saving my life? She is throwing herself completely at you as she unbuttons another button. The storeroom.
I as flattered as I am.
Good die
I-
tomorrow.
We could die tomorrow.
Dude.
I'm going to have to if perhaps if we survive through this, we can revisit this idea. But right now I'm more focused on making sure we all live than we might,
And
but
I
not
feel
while I'm around.
bad in not giving you a proper thank you.
Your thanks is more than enough.
And you shut her completely down.
Oh my
Yes.
god. Cold bath.
And she's visibly saddened, but understandable. And
I said perhaps
oh,
we can
yeah,
revisit this if we
and,
live through
and
this.
there is a spark there of
Yeah.
she's got a shot. So
Yeah.
That's
It's like,
terrible.
okay.
You're stringing her along now. This is worse.
Shut up.
You're a bad man.
as the camera starts to realize, and the guards are watching Chad and it's are patrolling tower and battlement. That there's a lot of kind of patrol, setting up, talking and what to do with the patrols and things of that nature. A cold purple-ish colored mist and fog comes over. And most of the it comes to about 5 feet. 6 feet. Just all out the
Would you
all
say
you can
like-
really
like
see.
5 or 6 feet off the ground, or
Yes.
okay.
No, it's like 5,
deep.
6 deep. So from the ground up to 5 or 6 feet is now just fog.
Okay.
This purplish fog that has enveloped. It seemed to have come from the hill where the stuff was. It kind of envelops through town, kind of flows through the town, and all you can really see now is top of when the morning comes, you're going to see the tops of the village, of the town buildings, but most of the stuff, and all looking down, you hear movements and things like that in the fog as that, but it's hard to see. And the other, it's almost as if that entire hill, areas around it, there's like a wall of fog preventing you from seeing what's behind in that area. But you hear digging throughout the night.
They're getting underneath us. Fuck. No.
No.
Oh.
The building that they destroyed, they're digging there.
I should have gone to the building.
No,
As if
no.
they are searching.
Hindsight's 2020, dude.
Which
Can't think that way.
Aviro might know why they're digging. In his research, a temple of Denaria were to be set. Shard.
Oh. Ooh.
Leave for tonight and pick up next week.
Yay!
As
Oh
the next stage of the siege of Ravenmoor begins. How long will the group last, and what will they be doing as they know something is happening in the distance? Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, players. I hope you've had
That was fun. That was
the
strategic.
beginning. As we look at, there's a lot that is going to happen each day of what you're going to do, and I cannot wait for a Vero conversation. And a Vero conversation next time. We will see you. So today is 18th. Guess what? July 2nd, like we're going to be back. And we're going to pick this up right then. So first and third week, looking at coming back for you. So again, thank you, everyone. And have a lovely time. Please be kind. Asshole.
Any of those.
Night.